Hey guys, it's Hustlemon and thank you for dropping by in today's video. So we're going to be discussing big balls today. That's right, we're looking into some Poké Ball Tins. Probably should have made a bit more of a PG intro, but you know what, the camera's rolling. Let's go on with it, the show goes on. And to be honest, this is a product I actually wanted to discuss on my channel for a while now. I want to create this topic video basically to be a bit of a guide for yourselves if you are new to the hobby, whether this tin is the right fit for you. Right now and currently in the UK high streets, I've been seeing it stock up once again at B&M, Argos, Tesco's, and the recommended retail price for these tins are about £14 to £15. Now, upon the initial glance, you might notice, yes, it does have 3 packs inside it, but there's a range of these Pokeballs. You got the Great Balls, the Standard Pokeball, the Ultra Ball, etc. And you might be wondering, which one has which? What packs are inside it? So what this video is going to be basically about is giving you some information of how you can find out what packs are inside it, whether it's worth it as well as a sealed product, or even if it's worth purchasing at the recommended retail price. And finally, if you just like watching some unboxing content, then yes, I will be doing some pack openings right at the end, because I've basically got hold of this great ball for that reason as well. But that's it, guys. It's going to be a bit of a guiding video today. A guiding video? I don't know, but it's going to be a bit of a topic video to help you guys out. So yeah, as always, timestamps below. Let's go ahead and jump into it. So guys, the first thing I want to discuss today is what's actually inside these Poké Ball tins. It even kind of teases you on the Poké Ball. It actually says what's inside the Poké Ball, and it says, well, there's a lot of packs and cards, of course. It's like, well, that's not really helpful, Pokemon, is it? But luckily enough, if you actually switch the Poké Ball upside down, you'll see a letter with 2 numbers next to it. So for example, it could have A24, A23, B22, etc, etc. And the great thing about this community as well is there's so many content creators out over there. You can literally just type it up on YouTube, Poké Ball Tin A24, and there'll be an unboxing content, and there you go. Just watch it there and then, and you can find out what packs are inside that. I like to watch YouTube short contents because I can find that information out within 60 seconds. And that goes on the next part is you don't have to worry about the actual look for the Pokeball itself. The Great Ball wouldn't make any difference than what the Ultra Ball will have or what the Standard Pokeball will have, etc, etc. It's about what the letter and that number is. So what does this letter and number actually mean? Well, it's kind of simple, really. For example, 24 relates to the year 2024. That means that the Pokeball was released on that in particular year, and that letter itself is just a batch number. So for example, A might have been the first batch, then there's B, the C, etc. Depends on how many Pokeball tins that Pokemon has printed out at that particular year. So yeah, with that information, you can obviously keep that in mind, because if you see, for example, a letter that said A20, then you know that you should not expect any Scarlet and Violet Era packs inside that, because Scarlet and Violet wasn't out in that particular year. So you may find packs from the Sword and Shield era or even before as well, which that's another niche thing, because some of the old school Pokeball tins do have older packs. For example, there's a Pokeball tin out there that does have the XY Evolutions pack. This was actually released in the USA market in their Costco shelves, where you can purchase 3 Pokeball tins for a decent price at that point in time, and it had the XY Evolution packs. Now we do know currently, whilst I'm recording this video, that the XY Evolution packs goes on the second-hand market for about £40 to £45 now. So maybe it's worth looking at the eBay or Amazon, etc, to see if there is actually Pokeball tins that you might be able to get hold of a decent pack if you've done enough product research. But it's just one of those things, guys. I'll be honest, this day and age, a lot of people who have kept all the sealed products from that in particular time frame tend to know what products are inside these Pokeball tins, and the price does reflect that as well. So the next thing, guys, I'm going to dive into is whether it's worth you having this product as a sealed item, or even if it's worth buying at the recommended retail price. Right, so the next thing, guys, I want to discuss is whether it's worth buying this product or not. Should you go ahead and rip it open? Is it worth that £14? Or is it going to do well as a long-term sealed product? My answer to this is neither. Like, I would personally not get this product at the recommended retail price at £14, and I explain why that is the case. Because yes, you do get that 3 packs inside that, but the only extra factor in it, other than it being a Pokeball tin, is the fact that you get this like little coin inside that, or some of the old school one have stickers, etc. But yeah, do you really need that? Like, you've probably cracked open enough ETBs that you can have your own casino with the dices and the coins that comes alongside them products. And then obviously you got your build and battle stadium kits, etc. there's so many products that already offer this, in particular like coins or dices or any of these little other things that Pokemon chucks in, that it's just unnecessarily at this point of time. And the free packs itself, well, if you literally work it out, 14 divided by 3, it works out £4.67 per pack. That's above the recommended retail price. You can purchase packs for £4.30. And literally earlier this week, I went to Smith Toy Stores. I've seen abundances of like Destined Rival packs, Journey Together, Scarlet Violet Base, Temporal Forces. So I can literally pick the pack of my choice, go after some of the chase cards that I'm after, or complete some of the master sets that I would like to complete, and not having to leave it on to chances of what I can potentially get inside that Poké Ball tin. So yeah, I'd rather spend my money elsewhere. And there's a lot of other products that literally I will actually touch upon this, that will offer you much more in comparison to the Poké Ball tin that's roughly of similar price. The other factor is long-term sealed. I've always discussed this. I said any product will do long term, because at the end of the day it becomes a collectible item. But this is a really niche thing. Like, a lot of people, when it comes to the collecting hobby, like to obviously have the ETBs, the booster boxes, the booster bundles, etc. The Poké Ball tins itself, unless there's a particular pack inside that, I don't think anyone is really too fussed about it, because it's one of them things that people really want that pack. These material on the Poké Ball tins are plasticky, and honestly the writing, I would imagine, will fade in the future, if not even the colouring of the Poké Ball tin itself. The other factor is as well, you can't stack them on top of one another. At the end of the day, it's a round shape, so it's using unnecessary space in my eyes that you can basically cater towards something else. So what would I do if I'm looking at buying a cheap sealed product? Well, my easiest answer is, within this price budget, you can get a triple blister pack. Yes, it means you get 3 of the same packs and a promo card, but that's the factor in it. The promo card is unique into that actual product itself. You're not going to find it anywhere else other than the triple blister pack. So the Surging Sparks triple blister pack with a Zapdos, cool Pokemon, cool set, that's where I'll spend my money on. And if I can find that for £14 at recommended retail price, I'm more than enough confident to state that that will do better long term in comparison to any Poké Ball tin. The other factor is as well, guys, there's a product called stacking tins, and this is actually comes at a recommended retail price for around the £15 area as well. The cool thing about the stacking tins is, well, it stacks on one another, and that's the cool factor behind it, because I can use the tin for something else. Like, I could put some Pokemon cards inside it. I use my 2 stacking tins to put some code cards and some like accessories of Pokemon TCG related, etc. So I find the tins more useful in comparison to the Poké Ball tins, because I'll be honest, the Poké Ball tins and placing it back onto together, it's a bit of a battle. This, like, you literally trying to get the right fit in, and sometimes it like just doesn't work well. And then that's the other factor, it dents so easily as well, because the material isn't so great. I would just spend my money on a triple blister pack and a stacking tin. The stacking tin looks so much more cooler. It actually stands out much more in my eyes. You've got some cool designs and artworks of Pokemon. And yeah, you can just easily stack it away, hence the name. The Poké Ball tin, I'm afraid it's not going to do it. So yeah, the final thing I want to discuss today is, why would you might even consider buying it? What is the reason that the Poké Ball tin is even in this like space, if it isn't like really the best like product that people want to go ahead and unravel? I think this is particularly designed to target the younger audience, and I mean the real younger demographics. Like, the Pokemon TCG states that it's catered towards 6+, and that's where I think that area comes in. It's between the ages between 6 to 10, I would say, because it's like that whole Kinder Surprise, that pinata effect. You don't know what's inside that. It's got that little surprise element that you can see 3 packs, and that kid might go, hey, I got something that I really wanted. And that's, I think, what the audience is, what Pokemon's targeted for, that in particular audience, to basically get hold of these products and experience that. If I'm honest, as someone who played TCG since like as childhood, I did not understand TCG concept until I was a teenager, because at the end of the day, some of the obviously instructions and information, you have to really like read into it and focus in on it. I didn't know about like strategy. I didn't know about what card effects can do this. I did not know the nitty-gritty information about certain TCG like gameplays. Like for example, Yu-Gi-Oh! That I dived into a lot as a teenager. I only got better as I got older and older because of experience and understanding what different cards' ability could do and link it up to one another. As a 6-year-old to a 10-year-old, I was clueless. It might as well have been gibberish to me, and I think that's one of the things. Like Pokemon TCG does state it's for ages 6 to plus, but I don't think many people grasp hold of the concept of playing TCG at that young age. Now, obviously, parents can feel free to comment below and say, hey, you know, my kid and me, we play Pokemon and we actually dive into it at this age, etc. And that's cool. But I'm a father myself, and honestly, I would rather not get my daughter into the Pokemon TCG hobby at that particular age. And this is my personal take on this, guys. So at the end of the day, you know, you can feel free to raise a kid how you want to. But if my daughter reaches that age, I am going to basically want her to sit down, watch the anime, play the video games, you know, get into the other aspects of Pokemon the way that I dived into it as a kid, because I think getting her into the TCG and having that chase card or ripping it open to kind of get hold of a particular card, I don't think it's going to be doing well for the dopamine hits, especially the social media generation that is now being raised up. I think it's just going to have a bit more of a negative impact into getting her into the TCG hobby. I would rather take some time when she can actually build a deck and actually understand what card effects does and what it means, and actually strategically plan the gameplay in advance for her to get into the hobby. That's the personal way I see it, and I think that's going to be my approach. If my daughter really wants to get into Pokemon TCG, then that's the way I would like to go about it. But as an age 6, and like, I just don't see a kid having that patience to sit down, read it through, and have all them cards. And the final factor is, you might think maybe they just like the display piece, maybe they like the Poké Ball Tin to gather up and sit down and actually have it as an item that they can pop on their shelves. There's so many other Pokeball like products that do look much more cooler. For example, I've got the Mega Bloks Pokeball, and honestly that took me about 3 hours to complete. I loved like Lego as a kid, and I think having that patience of building something and that project means much more to you. And I think for any parents to sit down and actually play Lego with their kids or build something, know that that experience means much more in comparison to buying something and just having it sitting on the shelf. When you build something together, it has that bit of more meaningful factor. And the second thing is as well, guys, there's so many other merchandise with the Pokeball that I think just look so much more cooler and are much more stronger in material. Do you really want something that temporary to be on your shelf, or would you rather have something that you purchase once that you know is going to look awesome on your shelves for the years to come? I know what I would personally prefer. So that's my intake on it, guys. Obviously, you can feel free to share your thoughts below. Anyway, with that all being said and covered, it's time to go ahead and unravel the Great Ball. And I in particular chose the Great Ball because it matches the actual Mega Bloks Pokeball I got. So yeah, let's go for it. Let's do this and see what we get today. Right, guys, let's do this once again. So this time we're testing my luck out on the Pokeball and see what is going to unravel on this in particular Great Ball. Of course, I'm going with the lucky press of the Great Ball button over there. That Mega Construct Pokeball, by the way, it literally took me 3 hours to complete. I made a little short video behind it, but I know someone asked me the other day going, hey, you know, where can you get this from? Yeah, Mega Bloks is basically going to be replaced by Lego as of next year. Pokemon and Lego are doing a collab, which is going to be absolutely huge. I know there's a huge collector market on Lego as well, but I cannot wait personally to just get hold of some of the Lego products that's going to be Pokemon related, and yeah, just take my time out and build something for myself. I doubt they'll ever do a Sandslash one. I still wait for the day to see an awesome Sandslash collection box. I know a lot of people are going to point out the Alolan Sandslash, I mean the original one. Sorry about this ASMR going on the mic as well. I don't know if my voice is coming through well. Probably I should have unraveled this beforehand, but either way, let's just go for it. Let's rip this open first and see if I can do this. Ugh. This is so annoying. So probably this is another con I should have pointed out. Ridiculous plastic. That is probably one of the other things that I can point out over here. Like, to be fair, I never get any luck when these sort of things. I don't know how people literally can unbox things just by their fingertips. Like, maybe I need to just start sharpening my fingernails. Here we go. Oops, sorry, I should get this on camera over here. Right, there we go. So you just basically twist it. That's what you gotta do. And there we have it, the 3 packs that's gonna come inside it. We got a Quaxley coin, for those of you who are interested. There we go, Quaxley. Oh, it's right over here. And yeah, the Pokeball right there in the background. So what packs we got? We got Scarlet and Violet, Paldea Evolve, definitely a strong A tier pack, and Obsidian Flames. So I'll pop up the best hits over here as well. And look, I forgot to cover this on my vid as well. How much would I spend on a Pokeball tin if I was to go ahead and purchase this, if I saw it under below the recommended retail price? It seems weird to say this, but last year you can literally pick up these Pokeball tins for like a tenner on so many places, and you can see right now there's a couple of obviously triple blister packs like Aldi does, etc., where you can get them for a tenner. But it was the same with Amazon. You can literally pick these up like 3 for 30 quid, etc. At that point, that's fine. It works out about $3.33 per pack, which is a decent price. But if you don't find it on sale, I just basically avoid it. That's the best way I can describe it. Because at the end of the day, you just got to think about this. If you can get obviously a bit of savings on your Pokemon packs rather than spending the recommended retail price, then it's always worth getting hold of them sort of products. And if you are a fan of like the Scarlet and Violet era, then at least you don't have to worry about obviously getting a different variety as well, because I do have quite a few cards that I still want from all sets at the end of the day, and that's just one of them things. I do like cracking open some packs as well, not only for content but gives me a chance to pull something decent as well. Paldea Evolve, one of my favourite sets of the Scarlet and Violet era. It used to be slept on by people, and now when the hobby got kicked off a bit, a lot of people recognised the good potential behind it. Quite amazing like list of cards on there as well. I would love that for Way Coco though. That is one of the things that I'm after. I like the look of like the illustration rare, probably my top 20 illustration rares of the Scarlet and Violet era in terms of look wise. That is a video topic I was thinking about creating as well. What is my favourite 20 cards of the Scarlet and Violet era? And I watched Poké Oz. He's an Australian Pokemon YouTuber who does like the investment side of things, and he made a video like that ages ago. And oh, Gyarados, there we go. So we only got 2 rares so far, and we're down to the Scarlet and Violet base. Oof. Okay, this is probably one of them packs that not really been fortunate for me. I think I've only ever had the Miraidon as the greatest hits on this, but what can we get? That Slowpoke? I think that Slowpoke in there. Oh yeah, the Drowsy that everyone was after on the boom, and now look at the price crash on that. So yeah, either one of them two will be okay for me, but yeah, we'll see what we get. But yeah, Pokeos made a video where he talked about his favourite 20 illustration rare cards. I was like, oh, that's a cool concept. And I know it's one of them fitting people going, you're copying somebody else's like idea. But what do they say? I forgot the saying. Something about like imitation is a form of flattery, something like that. Oh God, I'm not good with my quotes, am I? Someone would, I'm sure, correct me in the comment section. All right, Mankey, come on then. Is this the last card? Here we go. And we got a Dondozo, not the ideal Dondozo we want. We wanted the illustration rare Dondozo. Is it available in Scarlet and Violet? I can't remember now. But there we go. Yeah, we ended it with 3 packs of, unfortunately, nothing this time round. So that's that done and dusted, guys. So yeah, let me just quickly set this up over here and put that on pause. And yeah, I have to be cautious now this day and age, guys, when I'm making like unboxing contents, because my phone has only a certain amount of memory and I'm trying to get everything across onto my drive, etc. But there's too much like memories that I can't afford to get rid of. And you're talking about holidays, wedding, my videos of my daughter, my wife, etc. So I'm like, trying to like do that, but also create content as well for you guys. So it does take so much more work in the background that you can not imagine. Me having to take time out to render these videos and actually upload the footages, but I do it for the love of the hobby, and I'm hoping that, you know, I can help out the community in a wider aspect. If you did find this content helpful, guys, and you just want to show some love and support, just do me a favor, hit that like button. Really does go appreciated. It helps out with the almighty YouTube algorithm. And yeah, we'll see how far this video goes, but either way, guys, I believe we're coming close to obviously end of September now. I will be making the investment buying a video as my next thing just before the end of September. But October, we've got a couple of things to look forward to as well. They've got the Amazon Prime Day that's going to be on sale, so maybe we might find a Poké Ball Tin on sale over there. Who knows? Maybe worth watching out for. A lot of things do end up going on sale towards the end of Black Friday as well. So this is a good time for you to obviously save a buck or two. And of course, in October in the UK, we got the launch of Mega Evolutions. It's already out in the USA market, but it's been delayed in the Europe market for 2 weeks. But at least we got that to look forward to as well. So fingers crossed, you guys have some success in finding yourself a product or two whilst you're out there in the high streets. Right, appreciate your time, guys. Take care, look after yourselves, and as always, I wish you the best on your next pack pull.